No, I just cannot see the Eagles winning next week. I just cannot see it. NFC East has to be very interesting. Get the popcorn out for the Cowboys and the Eagles. The fact is, the Seahawks are going to be called a fraudulent opponent. Seahawks are fraudulent, but you can only control who the NFL puts out in front of you. You know what I mean? You just take care of the teams that are put forth on the schedule. It's not the Cowboys' fault that they're scheduled against these bad teams. They are taking care of business against every single one of these teams. And the fact is, the Niners have to be extremely hyped. So, yes, not only the NFC East, but home field is going to be extremely tight, extremely interesting over these next 4 or 5 weeks of the season. There's one team that everyone has to jump on in the NFC. It is the 49ers. This Cowboys Niners rivalry goes way back. The Niners are a bigger rival than the Eagles. Historically, the Cowboys and Niners have competed in the playoffs for the Lombardi Trophy head to head more often than the Eagles and the Cowboys, which is only 2009, which is only 1980. The fact is, everybody has to say the 49ers are going to win the NFC after they trounce the Philadelphia Eagles. His brother Jalen Hurts, like he did in the Super Bowl, is going to fumble the 49ers with that guy that they got from the Washington football team, Chase Young and Nick Bosa. The hype is going to be super extreme. But at the end of the day, there's only one team out there that's going to be the team that's going to win the NFC. It's not the de facto favorite. It's not the Philadelphia Eagles looking to make it back and all that. It is that piece of trash, Dak Prescott. They call him a piece of trash. I'm not exaggerating. They literally call this guy trash. Garbage can emojis. These people are out of their minds. Dak Prescott's playing just fine. It's not his fault. The NFL schedules these teams first. The fact is, they were inches away from beating the Eagles and getting the fourth down and all that. I think they did a great job of showing that vanilla Swiss cheese defensive coverage that you saw in the first drive at San Francisco. The fact is, home field is going to be anyone's home field in the NFC. Whether it be the 49ers, whether it be the Eagles, whether it be the Cowboys, a 49ers win means that the Eagles only have a 1 game lead for home field, and the Niners would be right back in it with a head to head tiebreaker. So the bet is the 49ers are going to make it interesting for the number one home field. The 49ers will be a de facto favorite. The Eagles will be called frauds. The Cowboys could be called chokers. Oh, wait till January. Wait till they face up against the 49ers. Just wait. That's what they'll say about the Dallas Cowboys come January. Do people think the Eagles are the team to win the NFC? Because I think they're a big fraud, and I know they're a big fraudulent team. So if the Eagles are fraudulent, if they're barely squeaking by, if this guy, Jalen Hurts, was number one a few weeks ago in turnovers, the Niners, they say, once they got Samuel and McCaffrey back from injury, then that's the team that everyone is going to predict to win the NFC. But everyone is going to be a 40-winer come January, because this has to be a rivalry again. The third time being the charm. And I think even in the Cowboys' last win over the 49ers, they scored 41 points in that game. The Cowboys eliminated the 49ers from playoff contention in that game back in 2020. And this was during the Mike McCarthy era. Mike McCarthy's going to improve to 2-3 against the 49ers. 0-2 in the playoffs, 1-1 from what I remember in the regular season, 2020 and 2023. A ritual be complete. The Las Vegas factor. Las Vegas factor plays into the fact that the silver helmet's going to win at the Silver State. The host team has a silver helmet. The Cowboys have a silver helmet. Cowboys enter the playoffs at 36 wins. Nevada's 36 at Mid-State. The Cowboys won the Super Bowl in their 36th season in the NFL in 1995, 1996. So the Cowboys' time is going to come. Their time is coming right now. It don't matter what you think about Dak Prescott. He beat Tom Brady. His name is 35 and Gamache. He be the 35th quarterback to win the Super Bowl. And if he wasn't supposed to be the guy, would he not be number one in every third down category? As I've shown you, number one facing pressure, number one yards per attempt, third down, number one third down conversion, number one third down complete efficiency, third down efficiency. He's going to be the guy that's going to propel them down the line. And the elite know this. And they have the Brock Purdy's the next Tom Brady psyop. But a white golden boy will win a Super Bowl in the near future. His name is Joseph Lee Burrow. He will win the Super Bowl as a stellar white quarterback. But it ain't happening this soon. But he will win the Super Bowl with the Cincinnati Bengals. And you have your Josh Allen in the new stadium. Just when there's a more diverse demographic, of course there'll be more black quarterbacks to play. 1 year black quarterback win, other year white quarterback win. It ain't one white quarterback, black quarterback taking over. Just and Caleb Williams, yeah, and that's the thing about CB. You put in Bailey Zapp or whatever. It's like this guy Belichick must be taken for Caleb Williams. If this guy gets Caleb Williams, and this guy's might as well be Lord Sidious. Might as well be Lord Sidious because I think he was taken for him in that game against the Giants. I think the NFL with the whole Italian DeVito, New Jersey homeboy gets that win at Giant Stadium. It's a dream becoming reality. Then the Patriots are taken for a guy who is far more talented than Mac Jones right there. Talented black quarterback right there. Talented mixed race quarterback right there. Much better than Mac Jones. What he has to offer right now. Something that must be offered to a still a very efficient defensive unit of the Patriots, a quarterback that can turn into an instant game changer instead of a game manager. So that definitely begs the question. But of course, the Niners have to win because they're extremely fraudulent. They are fool's gold. That's what they are. And every single year, I keep telling people they are not winning the Super Bowl. Every single year. Every single year. Every single year. This would be Cowboys already are annoyed with the 49ers. They're already annoyed, always losing to them in the playoffs last couple of times under Mike McCarthy. But this time around, you don't see vanilla. You may see some trick plays on offense to keep these Niners pass rushers eating up the run, and then they eat up the inside too much. Oops. The fake and reverse to any athlete out there that they have to offer. CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup. Cowboys going to make it work. Now, also, the Cowboys are no longer running run up the middle. I think they are doing they're getting ready to run on the outside, move around, pull some guards a little bit, right? Because that's what they're not going to show the Niners that part. I think they're playing chess. But obviously, if they're beating the Seahawks, they're going to beat the Eagles. It ain't about the Eagles. It's about can the Cowboys get through the big beast of the 49ers? To me, that's what it's about on the NFC side. And we already called the Eagles to beat the Bills. Well, I knew. Well, they did look fraudulent today, but I knew the frauds are not going to lose. Let's put it that way. I knew the frauds are not going to lose. But and people are ready to declare the 49ers the favorite in the if they had Brock Purdy, they would have faced the Chiefs last year. You see, that part can't be ignored. If they were healthy, they would have won the Super Bowl last year. So I'm going with the 49ers to win the Super Bowl. It's just Brock Purdy madness has got to end eventually. I know what game I know what game I watched. I know the Eagles are fraudulent against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. Of course, they'll be one of the favorites. The Eagles are okay. If you don't think the Eagles are fraudulent, do you think they're not a juggernaut? They're not nowhere close to being this juggernaut that they talk about with the Eagles, because it is nowhere close to being a juggernaut. Nowhere close. I mean, they let the Commanders hang around. They completely destroyed the Commanders. One of the other times against Commanders was actually at Philadelphia, where they let them hang around. Same team. The same team. Really. They let them hang around. I mean, don't you think there's something going on if this guy has gotten. I am still in disbelief, but 5 pick sixes. Do you? It's honestly something is happening. Something is happening when you're number one in every third down category. Something is happening. Something is happening the rest of the NFL season. The objective would be to read the script for every big game coming up that's going to lead up to what the public will anticipate, will perceive, what will happen in the playoffs. This is one of these instances where the 49ers dominate, then people love safe bets. They love favorites. They don't like losing money. They like to feel secure in a prediction. Are they going to feel secure at the Cowboys? No. If the Eagles are exposed, are they going to sell themselves for the Eagles, who got lucky with a dropped goal route from the Chiefs? No. So the safe bet that psychologically the public likes safe bet. So if the 49ers dominate the Eagles, and this is where Las Vegas has got the public to bet on the Niners, because the public does love safe bets. And the 49ers are not the hated Cowboys and not the asshole Philadelphia fans. Although I believe the 49er fans are the Philadelphia Eagle fans on the West Coast. But anyway, a whole different discussion. But they are a safe bet. But is it really a no bet is safe? When you're dealing with multiple prepositions, when you're dealing with a narrative to sell with Dak Prescott being Tom Brady, well, they don't think about Prescott being Tom Brady, but it ends up being a very significant detail that I'm not ignoring at all. And they don't know Cabal, so they don't know about Prescott equaling 35 and Gematria. Certainly they don't. But it is not a conspiracy theory that the NFL white supremacist league is certainly not a conspiracy theory because it's been proven time and time and time and time again. Even last year's Super Bowl, when you add a full-blooded brother, Jalen Hurts, losing to the half-black with the three-quarters daughter, and Mahomes' blue eyes, well, who fumbled? Was it Golden Boy Mahomes? No, it was Jalen Hurts that fumbled. So, yeah, subliminal racism does exist within the good network. And as we've seen it happen to Kaepernick against Joe Flacco, and your Donovan McNabb against Tom Brady, and then, your Cam Newton against Peyton Manning, it is a result that repeats itself over and over and over again. If you want to learn from history, is that, especially if it's a full-blooded black quarterback, if you have a bunch of racist old white men out there who don't want the the black quarterback to win, then that's what's going against the Eagles and the Ravens. Even if the Ravens have the best defense, even if the Eagles are 10-1, just these even if the Ravens, if they've been ahead entering the fourth quarter of every game, I mean, these are just kind of reasons that fall into that idea of the white supremacist angle, is that the 10-1 in the top defense and the Ravens leading the game every fourth quarter kind of thing. Just the Ravens have to make it to the AFC Championship game because they are proven that they're probably the strongest team up against the Kansas City Chiefs. He's faced off against Burrow. He's faced off against Josh Allen. So I believe that Lamar Jackson, in the way that he has been performing under the new contract to make it to an AFC Championship game to go up against Patrick Mahomes, that's another quarterback that he'll have to defeat in the postseason. I think Lamar Jackson is introduced to Patrick Mahomes in playoff football this year. And the Raven defense is going to be hyped up with Patrick Mahomes. And they'll say that these Chief receivers can't catch the ball when the hard-hitting Ravens come after them. The shoulder pad, whatever, helmet, boom, hitting you right in the chest there. It's going to jaw the football away when you're trying to establish possession, all that. That's the kind of thing that I can see with the Chiefs-Ravens AFC Championship game. So that is looking very, very, very likely. And that is probably what Roger Goodell is going to sell at this point. Because whatever with Buffalo, they will squeak by and make the playoffs, or they're just going to lose and flame out. But then the Broncos beating the Chiefs and going on this winning streak, then obviously selling something with home cooking Russell Wilson. So does he make it back? Looking pretty likely. I mean, the thing that I like about the Denver Broncos extending their winning streak, I mean, the Texan game is going to be interesting because Houston Texans is 66. Either the Texans or the Broncos can go 6-6. So that's just what I've noticed when I've taken a quick preview of the games for this upcoming week. They could go 6-6 against Houston Texans, and Houston Texans is 66. So I guess for the NFL, I guess Mahomes is number 15, and they can be a game and a half from the division entering Sunday Night Football because the Chiefs play the Packers, and then the Chiefs' last game against the NFC is against the Packers, and the Packers come out to 28. So I think that's going to kind of fall into that's their last game against the NFC this year before the Super Bowl. Then the Cowboys can make it to their next Super Bowl 28 years later, and then their last game against the NFC is against the Packers. We never saw Packers, Chiefs, and McCarthy against Andy Reid at the State Farm Stadium, but we can still see Mike McCarthy against Andy Reid. So we never saw that happen at all. So yeah, it looks like the worst division in the NFL is number 4, the NFC South. Dak Prescott's from Louisiana. I think Lions Cowboys would be more interesting, but if they like the place of birth, then they only played the Saints. How are they going to beat the Eagles or the 49ers? They lost to the Bills, and they only beat a team that is not be a team with a record of over 500. I can guarantee you that's what's going to happen there at the Dallas Cowboys. I guarantee it. Just get the big game on a week-to-week basis. We got the game this week. If I knew that his birthday was last Monday, I would have predicted the Eagles. But oh well, just do some better research next time. But anyway, Eagles did cover the spread. It wasn't a field goal win. They won. I mean, it was a push, whatever. That sucks, because of overtime bullshit and all that. But the Eagles still did win. The Niners are going to come in and win next week. That's the bottom line. And when you're looking at Monday Night Football, just think of it like this: that the Vikings can be the same old Lions again. They get smoked by the Packers, and then the Vikings are they're a game and a half from the division. The Vikings would be 7-5, and the Lions would be 8-3. So the Lions have one more win than the Vikings, but the Vikings have 2 more losses, and the Vikings have played one more game than the Detroit Lions. So the Vikings being 3-3 at home against the Bears, Gamacho 33, just the Vikings winning just reinforces the same old Lions narrative now, which I don't think the Lions gonna choke the division, but obviously, I don't even need to watch his team play the game because it was obviously. I know the Rams are a joke. I know they're a joke. This is why I decided to not even bet on the game today, because I knew that it was going to be rigged for the Rams to stay in the playoff hunt to kind of keep things interesting for Roger Goodell and the cabal. I know that the Rams are another fraudulent team. They beat a Packer team with a backup, and the Bidwells are owned by a horse track. They operated horse track gambling rinks. So the Rooneys and the Maris and the Bidwells did. So of course Cardinals laid down the game. Were they kidding? Because they're working for the NFL and they need the Rams to. You can't just have one team in the wild card hunt. You can't just have Packers and everyone is out. Gotta have the Packers and the Rams in there. Keep it interesting. That's why I think December is much easier month. This is why the best month to bet on football is in December, because you start to see, okay, what's the best possibilities when you're leading up to week 17, and we are right here in December. But the Seahawks-Rams games are going to be interesting. Because the Seahawks don't own the tiebreaker over the Rams. They've lost twice against the Rams. The Seahawks may be proven to be a big fraud. Now, if they lose against the Niners, if they lose against the Cowboys, Seahawks are falling out of the playoff picture. And they don't own a tiebreaker against the Rams. So that's how the fix was in against this team, is that keep it interesting. Rams stay within the game. Rams on a tiebreaker with the Seahawks. The Seahawks play the Cowboys, got destroyed by the Niners, can get destroyed by the Cowboys. Won every game by 10 plus at home for the last 13 games or so, all of last year. So Cowboys can win by 13 plus. The 12th man sucks. You only won because of the architecture of the Seahawks stadium. The Cowboy players and fans know how to create a real environment without artificially sucking in the noise and all that nonsense. And so the Cowboys easily win by double digits. But I was the Seahawks, and the Seahawks suck, and he lost against the Rams and the Niners, and that's just a mediocre team, says the Cowboy hater. Well, you're not lying that the Seahawks suck, but does that mean the Cowboys are bad? No, it doesn't mean the Cowboys are bad. It doesn't mean the Cowboys are bad. Is it their fault that they don't have control over they play against? They certainly don't have control over who they play against. It's not their fault. I mean, come on. What? The Chiefs play against the Raiders and they play against the Chargers, whatever. I'm not going to use that against them. Hey, every team plays some mediocre teams, right? So it don't make a difference at all. It certainly does not. So, yeah, I can see the Seahawks missing the playoffs. So who makes the playoffs? If this Josh Dobbs is too much of a great storyline to miss the playoffs, but can the Vikings and the Lions play for the division week 17? Maybe. These are the kind of questions that you have to ask when you want to decide who you want to go with during the month of December. This is a good way also to finance holiday gifts and all that good stuff. Instead of running up the credit card. This is what December scripting is for. The possibilities that keep the Seahawks are number 7. You see, if the Seahawks will definitely lose against the Cowboys, right? It's a given. And then this will open the door. Even the Saints could be a number 7 seed or what have you. Wonder what Fugazi's happening this week. That keep the possibilities of NFC South, the wild card race, and all that. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting. That'll be very interesting. I don't know if it's a reach or not, but if the same old Lions go 8-4, and Derek Carr played for the Raiders, who won the last Super Bowl in the year 84, I don't know if that's a stretch or not. Certainly better than going with some Andrew Jackson BS or whatever on a Thursday night game or whatever. We're not going to do that. We're just going to relate this to football when it's all said and done. Well, I didn't say he was Peyton Manning and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, there is no next Tom Brady. This guy is immortalized. This guy might as well be Moloch. There's no one to replace Tom Brady. This guy is Moloch, is God, is Zeus, is whatever you want to call him. That is who Tom Brady is. There is no next Tom Brady. It is just smokescreen. There'll never be another Tom Brady. Never be another Tom Brady. It will be immortalized. Even if every quarterback was black, Tom Brady would be immortalized. There's some white supremacists. I swear it's a ritual. I'm a party too when the Chiefs lose in the playoffs. They're not winning at the Raiders. Would they really agree to having the Chiefs surpass the Raiders in Super Bowl victories at their own stadium? Fuck no. You got to use your fucking head. You got to be smart about this shit. Why would Mark Davis agree to host it? He's smart enough to increase the revenue streams for the Raiders. But why would he agree with the NFL and have the Chiefs surpass the Raiders at their own stadium? Like, does that even make sense? It does not make sense. But the other guy around here who's talking the Chiefs, saying that he is my worst nightmare, they want to rethink that a little bit. The Las Vegas factor, there's quite a bit of examples from history that can point to a Cowboy win over the Chiefs. The way the Raider offense completely imploded against the Buccaneer defense, the Seahawks defense completely dominated that. It was a record-breaking Denver Bronco offense. Peyton Manning had 55 touchdowns that season. They thought it was a walk in the park for the Broncos, and that's how. And this offense from the Chiefs is nowhere close to what that 2014 or that 2013 Bronco offense was about. They don't have a deep passing game. Their receivers drop passes. They don't have a burner who can really that safety knows that that offense is limited to underneath stuff, so they really don't have to concentrate too much as far as the deep passing game goes. So that really, even if they won without Tyreek Hill, when you go up against a defense like that from the Cowboys, a great elite defense going up against an offense that has become not completely one-dimensional, but not completely one-dimensional, but a little bit one-dimensional as far as you don't have a deep passing game. They can bite on the underneath stuff. They can bite on the underneath stuff. I don't know why I think Malik Hooker is going to do something big, but he's number 28. He's a safety. He was with the Colts. Colts have always had really good defenses. He's someone that I think is going to make a game-changing play in the Super Bowl. The unsung guy that can make a play in the Super Bowl, to me, has got to be Malik Hooker because he's number 28, and he can make a play in the secondary. Gee, a high 42 in Flagstaff. Goddamn. Good God. Good thing I don't live over there. My God. I can't run without a shirt, but I can run with a fleece long sleeve. I can still wear like runner shorts and all that. I don't have to go in leggings or anything like that. It's not that cold. Like the temperature out there. Let me go to Google in Chandler. Yeah, 58 degrees right now, right? I can wear shorts in that weather at 58 degrees. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Tell you the ritual is obvious. The video goes back uh, a few years ago. Steelers is 103, Giants 103, and the amount of time from Peggy Prescott's death to the Super Bowl is 10 years and 3 months. 10 years and 3 months. This is how quarterback 35 to win the Super Bowl 10 years and 3 months after the death of Peggy Prescott, and Giants is 103, and Steelers is 103, and I have to go to the playlist to see if I decoded this before or after the ankle injury of Dak Prescott. I've been talking about this for quite some time right now. And I've had people say that it cannot win the Super Bowl until Jerry dies. But then he's kind of ended the curse by inducting and honoring Jimmy Johnson to the Cowboys Ring of Honor. When the announcement was made, the Cowboys were 6-3 before they took on Carolina. Now the Cowboys improved to 7-3, of course, because Tom Brady is 7-3 in the Super Bowl. What's up is that You got to hit these next couple of few games here, okay? I never will. I never will. I already know who's winning the Super Bowl. I already know. I've went against my hatred of the Cowboys. I have only concluded that the silver helmet at the Silver State, Dallas Cowboys 58, Dallas Cowboys 43, Las Vegas. Now, Las Vegas was not the original site for the Super Bowl. It was New Orleans, but then because of COVID, all of that, Las Vegas was announced as the host. Dak, he ended Tom Brady. He can only take over for the year right after Tom Brady retires. The Texas Rangers won the World Series on the road. Same thing about to happen with the Cowboys. I can see that happening with Jim Harbaugh. He ain't going to no Raiders. He's going to the Bills. Jim Harbaugh to the Buffalo Bills. They could be 1-4 in the Super Bowl with Jim Harbaugh. He's smart. He knew the Niners had a roster constructed to make it to the Super Bowl. Jim Harbaugh's going to go to Buffalo. He'll coach up Josh Allen. And when I say this, you'll be like, damn, I want to see you drop the dime right there. I will drop the dime. I will. I'll do it tonight, okay? Because I'm Kobe Bryant, man. I'm a style mentality. Here we go. Drop it down. Embrace the grind. Here we go. Drop it down. Drop it down. Jim Harbaugh knows the new stadium. Niners are the perfect situation with the new stadium. Got to be good before we convince these taxpayers that it's worth the investment. The only thing with the Bills is that they have a franchise quarterback, so they're already set. So Jim Harbaugh is going to go to the Buffalo Bills. Mark Davis sucks and needs a haircut. They're the new owner. So, yeah, that team sucks. I know I like the Raiders, but that team sucks. Mike was a federal prosecutor. This guy's actually a very accomplished man. But Mark Davis, what has he done outside of owning these teams? I mean, I don't know. Kind of nice to know numerology in the showing of the numbers right in front of your face. And you think about Joe Montana and Joe Burrow. And I think about legalized betting, just too obvious for Joe Burrow to make it to Louisiana, especially with the changed environment. A changed environment of legal sports betting to where people will try to bet on Burrow playing back at home where he was with LSU. So I like the Joe Montana angle with him better. I mean, at the time of his contract extension, he had 82 touchdowns, and Joe Montana was the 82nd pick. So this is where I get. And Joe Burrow did play in Super Bowl at California. So if he does make it back to a Super Bowl at California, but at the 49ers Stadium this time around, then it'll make complete sense for me. But is Joe Burrow's career over? Fuck no. It's only a wrist injury. Got to lay down, calm down. Jerome Bettis never going to win a Super Bowl. He's never going to win a Super Bowl. Well, did Jerome Bettis win a Super Bowl? He didn't. Did Bill Cowher win a Super Bowl? He didn't win the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow is too good to where he's too good to not win a Super Bowl. And will he beat the Chiefs in the year that he wins the Super Bowl? Hell yeah. He will. You'll beat the Chiefs in the year that he wins the Super Bowl. It's easy. The Masons are obsessed with 13. Because 13, 1 over 3 is 0.33. I think Gary the Numbers guy said that. So, Bengals, when they do make it to the next Super Bowl, they're going to win because they'll be 1-3. So that's masonry. And LA is 13. So they did make it to LA when the Bengals do make the Super Bowl. They're obvious lock to win. No other way around it. Both Allen and Burrow are going to win the Super Bowl. But they're going to end Super Bowl rings everyone like it's free candy. No, they're not going to end rings everyone like it's free candy. But if it's a white supremacist league, then your better bet is going with the white quarterbacks and the heartbreak for Buffalo and the heartbreak for Cincinnati. Because don't forget about Cincinnati is that, they're up 2016, and I think Joe Montana went on that 92-yard drive in Super Bowl 23 or whatever. So, yeah, they had the heartbreak there, and then obviously the Bills with the 4 straight Super Bowl losses. So, yeah, they don't hand Super Bowls out like it's free candy. So, but there's some guys that get screwed. My money would be on Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. I don't know what it is with Philadelphia and black quarterbacks. I mean, Randall Cunningham is the prime example. Then they get McNabb, and then now they get Jalen Hurts. So I don't know what it is with Philadelphia and black quarterbacks. I'm curious about that. But I do like the fact for Kyler Murray is that, well, he's only a quarter Korean, so is he a quarter white or whatever on his mom's side? I mean, yeah, interesting. Yeah, he's not half Korean like I thought he was. He does look kind of Asian though, Kyler Murray, but he got some white blood in him. So got to go with Kyler Murray over Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts because these are racist white men that run the NFL. No, that they will not make it to Super Bowl 58, but I do like Jim Harbaugh to coach the Bills if I were to project. He's number 1 pick. He's got to win. Kind of more. This Heisman jinx got to end eventually. You just don't pick a guy number 1 like that on the Cardinals and not win it. It's like the 2019 draft. It's like one team got the quarterback. One team is still without a quarterback, and the 49ers are still without a quarterback. Who do I think plays the Cowboys? Well, my projections call for the Cowboys to play in the wild card round. But now, if they do play in the wild card round, it's so possible they win the division. So you got to keep that in mind. Lions just makes a lot of sense because of all the hype it generates. But then the Saints is Dak is born at Louisiana, so if the Saints win the division, the Cowboys beat Derek Dallas Carr. Pretty much it's between Lions and Saints for me for the wild card round for the Cowboys. And if the Niners get the number 1 seed, the Cowboys can beat them in the divisional round. And then the Eagles, a team that beat the Chiefs or whatever NFC Championship game, then Cowboys can beat the Eagles in the conference championship game. I don't think it's a trap game. I think it's a game that's so rigged that the NFL is going to set up the bait between the 49ers and the Cowboys come January. 49ers going to be the strongest.
I think that if they had Brock Purdy, they would have won the NFC.
This is where the Niners are all but finished. The 49ers are all but finished here. They all but finished. The 49ers are finished.
If we had Brock Purdy, we would have won the NFC.
Was LA a choke artist? Well, don't forget, the NFC was a much stronger conference talent-wise. Broncos lost Super Bowl, so did the Bills. So I don't think the Bills are chokers. I just think they're unlucky in the bad conference, and they really didn't play strong teams. When you look at the history of that 13-year winning streak of the NFC had the Hall of Famers. They had the stronger teams. I mean, the NFC was far better than the AFC. I mean, They never took those Super Bowls. The Cowboys were just a better team than those Marv Levy Bills. They're just so much better. It'll be the house that Josh Allen built. That's what it'll be. That's what the new house in Buffalo will be. Don't forget the Rams built the new stadium. They won the Super Bowl. The Niners made it to the Super Bowl and they moved out of Candlestick. And then after some really piss ass awful seasons, you got to justify return on investment. They got good again with uh, a guy from the fraternal coaching tree, Shanahan. Mike Shanahan was a Super Bowl winning coach with the Broncos, and then the Niners get his son. But then again, Bill Clinton outclasses Hillary Clinton. Bill Clinton actually became president. Mike Shanahan won the Super Bowl. Is his son going to outbest Mike Shanahan? Is actually looking good from Mike Shanahan. So you may be glad his son is a coach and all that, but Mike Shanahan won the big one. His son won the big one. Yeah, that's bragging rights territory from Mike Shanahan. Well, the Vikings did make it to NFC Championship game the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl. So they did get a playoff contender out of that. They did. They don't have to make it to the Super Bowl. Now, if you just make the Final Four round, that still counts too. Because they did make it to NFC Championship right after they built the new stadium. Now, the Cowboys are just so popular with bandwagon fans that it doesn't make a difference. Oh, the Lions? Well, they're scripted losers. That's what they are. They're scripted losers. They don't care about the Lions. The Lions they're the Cleveland Browns. Lions are bigger losers than the Cardinals. When's the last time they've seen a playoff win? I've seen playoff wins over the Falcons, the Panthers, the Eagles, the Packers, and the Packers again. So I've seen more than all the Detroit Lions fans. Yeah, it does. Cowboys and Chiefs, yep, Patrick Mahomes. America gets behind the hated Chiefs because, it's the Cowboys. It's the who you love, who you hate matchup is what it is. It's the who you love, who you hate matchup is what it is. Certain games, teams just lay down for the mob. That's what the Cardinals did this game. Bidwell told them to lay down for the mob. We're going to be the scripted losers. That's what he told this team this game. They were leading that Rams team with Josh fucking Dobbs at quarterback. LA, I mean, this is a hoax. It is a hoax. Not because they're Cardinals, but it's a hoax. The Cowboys Niners was a hoax. This whole Eagles Bills game was a hoax. That Jets Chiefs game was a hoax. And Patrick Mahomes dove before the goal line so they would not cover the spread. So they're up 17-0. That's an example of a hoax game. You know they're rigged games every week like that. But heading to next week, Colts to be 7-5. Colts to collapse after that. This opens up the Broncos. It opens the Bills. Very, very. I mean, who wants to see Gardner Minshew in the postseason? But if they beat the Titans, then okay. Colts get momentum, pregame winning streak, and then then they'll probably start to lose after that, from the looks of it. But this is between the 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are not young of a team. They are elite. Diggs is seasoned. Parsons is seasoned. He's the number one pass rusher. He's the best. CeeDee Lamb is the best. Cowboys have the best. They have the number one cornerback in the NFL. They're on brand. I have never heard of Trayvon Diggs. I have never heard of that guy. It is as business as usual. This is what it comes down to. He won his 6th Super Bowl with Tom Brady. Stephon Gilmore, same thing what they done as Cowboys. A 6 Super Bowl win. These guys are winners. Just go with the best team. Cowboys have the best team. They have the most clutch quarterback this year by the statistics. Dak has been money all season long. He's the longest tenured quarterback. The longest tenured quarterback is going to win the Super Bowl after Tom Brady's retirement. The longest tenured quarterback is Dak Prescott. Longest tenured quarterback is Rain Dakota. The longest tenured quarterback in this NFL wins the Super Bowl right after Tom Brady's retirement. He ended Tom Brady. Exactly. These guys are veterans. They're young in age, but they have experience. When you're a young team, you don't get injured. 49ers, these guys get injured. They think that about the fumble. They can get injured at any time. The 49er fans be blaming the loss on injury. That's what we're talking about. The bye week came at the right time for these guys. It won't matter anyways because they don't know how to play chess. And this coach, he choked a huge lead against the Patriots. He is a joker. What, they not 23 or 22? These guys are in their prime. That's what they're at. They're in their prime, man. They're in their prime. Pata! Jump center. In their prime. Pata! 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 Cowboy! Pata! Take the 6. That gets you the 40-plus fantasy points for the quarterback position. High roll all the way to the end zone. Cowboys will get some fumble recoveries. They're going to stack some. Win your fantasy league with the Cowboys. Win it with the Cowboy defense. Win it with Rain Dakota. He wasn't getting the touchdowns earlier, but now he's starting to get the touchdowns. He's starting to make up for all these other things like rushing touchdowns and defensive touchdown early on in the year. This is how I've gone on a 5-game winning streak in fantasy football. Is I have Dak Prescott, I have the Cowboy defense, and they starting the ball, and I have the Cowboys kicker, the most clutch kicker, is going to set an NFL record against the Seattle Seahawks this week with a 23rd consecutive field goal made. Here's what he's about to do. He can do it in the first half. They can roll them. They can roll them down. I don't have a whole Dallas fantasy team. Only Dak Prescott and the kicker in the defense. That's it. Skill positions I have from other teams. Jerry wrote the Cowboys' consecutive home win streak is still consecutive. Sunday Night Football, the Eagles in the Cowboys, right there, right there, right there. Bills are chokers. These guys. What record are they going to enter against the Cowboys? I can totally see Buffalo being the Kansas City Chiefs. It would mean the AFC West would be up for grabs between the Broncos and the Chiefs. I can totally see another rigged Fugazi happening. I can totally see Buffalo beating the Chiefs. Yeah, Cowboys are nice. It's obvious. I'm at the Silver State right there. You have some BS happen with the Ron Bland. I mean, all the evidence is there. All the evidence is there. The Eagles are frauds. Look at this fraud team. Look at the fraud Philadelphia Eagles. They're just completely fraudulent in every single category imaginable. The Cowboys have more points scored than the Eagles. They've allowed fewer points than this fraud team. Eagles are frauds. They need to lose. Eagles will lose. Eagles will lose. Eagles are frauds. Eagles are still frauds, even if they win NFC East. Now Purdy is garbage, and he's only bailed his ass by the superstars. This is what we're talking right now with this Brock Purdy DS. He ain't on nothing. No Brock Purdy. He nonsense. He plays in a piss-ass division. Look at this motherfucker. There's no real divisional games around the pass by, is there? This doesn't include the one game against Josh Dobbs. He's talking. Against Josh Dobbs. You gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding right now. He's a good quarterback. And Seahawks don't count. Look at this garbage-ass, garbage motherfucking team. Seahawks can be minus 28 for the year. They 229 points, 249. Every team has a negative point differential in the division. So it's how the 41 is a fraud too. Every team is negative point. There's no real rival. And part of this is down to the fact that Kyler Murray was out due to injury. That's part of the reason. I do like the Cardinals get their first win on the road with their new coach against a team that they lost Super Bowl 43 against. The Steelers are another fraud team. They have been outgained from the line of scrimmage and won almost every game. Outgained in every game except this Sunday. Steelers are a fraud team. Gotta go. Kyler Murray beat the Steelers. And again, I knew the hoax was it. I knew the game was a fugazi. This is how I knew the Rams would beat the Cardinals. But if the Steelers are proven to be a fraud team, then the Cardinals are going to win. And then, Niners will beat the Cardinals because they're a fraud too. And they don't have a quarterback. And they'll be exposed against the 49ers. This whole logo nonsense is BS. It's just like, go Keenan James. He needs a Kansas alumni to win a championship. It's nonsense. It's Kansas alumni BS nonsense. He keeps on winning the championship every fourth year. That's the only thing that matters. I don't have a Kansas alumni. The Kansas alumni. Kansas alumni. It is red versus blue. The Chiefs against the Cowboys. 49ers is a joke team. They got torched by Joe Burrow. Yeah, they did. You didn't die. It only started last day. I don't know where you get this whole dying nonsense at. All these quitting ass motherfuckers out there. Get your head off the ground. Grow dick right now. Let's go. You get going. Exactly. That's what I want to hear. No wheels have fallen off. They can lose to the Sixers. I ain't give no damn about that. That's why he's the king. And he will get injured. He will spend some time he will monitor Bronny's career, Bronny's performance. I tell you, Cowboys are good enough to beat this loser 41 team by 10 plus points. I know a hoax when I see it. I know completely. I know piss ass preseason vanilla play calls when I see it. That's what that Sunday night game is about. Niners are a joke. I am not here to play checkers. I'm here to play chess. You won't regret it because it's a Silver State and the 41 is a fool's gold. And the Cowboys will certainly score first against 41ers because it is over when they play with the lead. This scrub, joke, psyop, rigged, contrived character, Brock Purdy is the most contrived character I've ever seen. He falls apart and crumbles like a torn fucking tortilla when he doesn't have Samuel and all of these other playmakers. He is a joke. And he's trash. He's a pussy. And he's a bitch. He cried his way out of the playoff game because he's a bitch. Tom Brady never quit a game because, he earned his little paycheck. Oh my God. Brock Purdy's a fag. He a beta. He choke. He don't take on the man mentality. I'm going to win without Christian McCaffrey. I'm going to win without him. He's a joke. He choke quarterback. He choke. He ain't no nothing, Brock Purdy. I know nothing. Oh, come save me, Deebo Samuel. Come save me, Christian. Come save me, McCaffrey. Come save me. He joked. And he choked and all of the above. He a joke. Full retard to think Brock Purdy will win the Super Bowl. He a joke. And so are you. You're the joke. But this fraud will beat Jalen Hurts. He's the other fraud I've been talking about. He's a joke. Tom Brady is right. The standard of play has gone down. I have seen Dak convert third downs of 10 plus yards. Nowadays, these faggot-ass quarterbacks, they want to get the little screen pass to set up the punt for field position. They want to set down those screen pass. Kick a long field goal because I can't convert a 3rd and 15. These quarterbacks suck. And these quarterbacks are trash. I have seen these guys convert 3rd and 11 and 12 and 13 and 14. Your Roethlisberger, your Matt Ryan and all of that. Your Tony Romo. These quarterbacks suck. They play in the faggot-ass, spread-ass, garbage-ass offense. These guys are faggots playing a faggot-ass system. You need to go a dick, step back, and fucking throw it and take a fucking hit like a man. And not be a little ditch playing your spread-ass fucking bubble square every fucking play. Because that's a faggot-ass system. And the development is poor, and Tom Brady is right about that. Garbage-ass spread offense, I've seen Patrick Mahomes tuck it deep. He did exactly that. He know how to play. Damn right, he know how to play. Dak can step back and throw. He ain't a faggot throwing these fucking 3-4 yard fucking bubble screen as fucking garbage bullshit. None of that crap. None of that gimmicks. Like some of these scrub-ass quarterbacks under the system nowadays that they play in. He knows how to chuck. He knows how to sling. He knows when to chuck it and throw deep. Interceptions will come. You know what? That's the gunslinger model. You are going to throw a pick or two. You're going to risk a pick or two, but no risk it, no biscuit, baby. Let it fucking rip. That's all it fucking matters. Risk it for the whole house. Damn right. Straight shooter. All the way. Bills need a new coach. McDermott will be tossed aside. It's all right over. Dak will have to beat Patrick Mahomes. And what he does just that. Eli had the ball last in Super Bowl 42 and Super Bowl 46. Tom Brady didn't lose those Super Bowls. He did not. He did not lose the Super Bowls. He just didn't have the ball last. That's how I can see the Super Bowl playing out. If it ain't outright domination on the defense, you'll just get the ball last. Mike McCarthy surpasses Coughlin and Holmgren, and he wins the Super Bowl with a second different franchise. First to do it, Mike McCarthy. And the Packers, they didn't win without Mike McCarthy. It was a scapegoat. But the luck of the Irish and Mr. McCarthy ends up getting a more talented roster out of the Cowboys. He gets something out of this deal, out of being scapegoated from Green Bay. He does have CeeDee Lamb. He has a much better roster than he would have had with Green Bay during these last 4 years. And he navigated an injury crisis in 2010 to win the Super Bowl. Okay, so they had a lot of guys on injured reserve that year for the Green Bay Packers, and they won the Super Bowl. He knows a thing or two about winning. He won with Cooper Rush. He won with Matt Flynn when Rodgers suffered the collarbone injury. So Mike McCarthy is some know-nothing doodle, whatever. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. And some teams have led the league in penalties and won the Super Bowl. The Seahawks, I think, is the prime example where they won the Super Bowl and they led the league in penalties because they play quick, aggressive, and violent, and that's how the Cowboys are going to be. Get after you very quickly. They'll take the penalty if it means getting a brutal turnover the very next play. So, yeah, you can kind of see how the NFL like to make things very interesting over these next few weeks, and this is how they're going to do it.